Welcome back, everyone, to Desert Valley Blitz Week 5 wrap-up. It's already Week 5. It's going by super fast. And today we've got a real special guest, a guy that we've all know and love. He's the head coach of Xavier Prep, Mr. James Dockery, a.k.a. Coach Doc. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming in, man.
Yeah.
We've been trying to get you on for a long time.
Yep.
We'd love that you're here. Before we get into the wrap-up, we're going to kind of talk about your program.
Yeah.
You guys are off to a fast start, 4-1.
Yeah.
Just had a big victory over Yucca Valley. How you seeing the season going so far?
It's doing pretty good, man. Like, our coaching staff is really different. I think that if you would have came into our locker room after the win against Yucca, you'd be like, you guys are 4-1. It feels like 1-4 in here just because our standards are high, man. So we're just always striving for greatness, striving for excellence. And we're 4-1, but we haven't played our best ball yet. And so that's what's kind of frustrating for us. But luckily, we're on a bye week right now. Our boys are attentive, and they understand that we haven't played our best ball either. But we played enough ball and a good enough ball to win. And so we're going to fine-tune some of those small things and hopefully, get better because we got PD coming in the house and we know about them.
2 weeks, man.
Yep.
League starts. It's gonna be a bloodbath, that league.
Yes, it is.
There's no easy wins.
No,
in there.
not at all.
But you guys always have top-line talent. Xavier, ever since you've been there, you've been known to have those top guys. Can you speak to some of your captains and your leaders that are really leading the way this year?
Yeah, I mean, I would be remiss if I didn't mention our quarterback, because as a head coach, you're only as good as your quarterback, in my opinion. And I think King Pelham is doing a great job. I gave him a few reps as a freshman. I gave him a little bit more reps as a sophomore. Joe Barry and him kind of battling it out. And now he's a junior, and he doesn't have to look over his shoulder. He can go out there and just be himself and make plays. And he's been working on his leadership, working on his maturity, but the things he does on the field is natural. He can run the ball, he can throw the ball, and really he's really becoming a good leader, especially during the game. Like last week I was crashing out. They'd be like waiting for my crash outs on the sideline, and coach was like, "Hey, coach, hey, we're good. We're like, we're good." I'm like, "All right, yeah." And it's nice when my quarterback's telling me like, "Relax, I got you." I got you. Went out there, delivered a throw, finished the drive. Coach, I told you I got you. I'm I'm loving that as a head coach. My quarterback just calming me down and letting me know like, "Hey, I know what you expect. Like, we got this." And then our offensive line been doing a great job. We have about 3 or 4 seniors on the line, and they're just my linemen. They do everything right. Those guys are like, I don't have a daughter, but if I had a daughter, like maybe you want her to date a guy like that because they're just like responsible guys. They're always on time. They always are in the weight room doing the things right. Their grades are good. They're happy-go-lucky dudes, always hanging out together. So my offensive line, King, and then our defense has been lights out. Jacob Van, Javon Taylor, LaShawn Taylor, the Taylor twins, new to our team. Those guys, I think I haven't known the stats, but those guys are probably 6-7 sacks apiece. All, definitely our DNs with Daniel Canby. We have a really good defensive line. Secondary, Luke Vermillion's doing well. So we have some players. We're not the biggest school out there, but, our top guys, they can play.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what you guys are kind of known for is having that top-line talent.
Yep.
Speaking of that top-line talent, you guys went out and did your thing this week. Xavier Prep 35, Yucca Valley 21. Big win for you guys going into the bye week.
Yeah, we're upset about that because our defense gave up 2 touchdowns. We got a punt block, so my defensive guys, they're a different group, man. They did not like that. 14 points is too much. But Yucca Valley's good though. Yeah, Coach Johnson, he has got a lot of innovation, like his sets and formations. He got stacks, he got bunches, he got empty. The running back is fast, man. That guy's bigger and faster than in person than you think.
He's a good back.
And even their slot receiver number 24, he's a strong kid. Yeah. And then Aiden Pope is the real deal. Like, I like that kid a lot. Like, he can play. And he took a screen to the house, and I was like, yeah, we were talking about him all week, and he did it. So Yucca Valley's good. We took care of business, but, it's going to get a little bit harder in the DL.
Yeah, I mean, Yucca Valley's a perennial DVO power. So coming down playing you guys is going to be a challenge.
Yep.
They stepped up to the challenge. They didn't come out on top. You guys kind of put it away early, I think. But they're going to be all right.
I agree. They're going to – Coachella Valley, and then, Coach P – at DHS, like, no matter what happens in the preseason, that guy just finds a way to rally his guys. That's a leader right there, man. Yeah. Shout out to him because he's an all-time leader at DHS. Great coach, great guy.
We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that score right now. So we're moving on to the weekly roundup. So you brought it up, Coach. Desert Hot Springs 19, Big Bear 14. Coach Josh, you got a chance to check that one out.
Yeah, I got to watch it. If you don't know, Big Bear and DHS used to be in the same league, so they got a lot of history playing against each other. I actually was a DC at DHS a long time ago, so I remember preparing for Big Bear. And if you don't know, they run this veer option stuff, and it is tough, man.
It's no fun to prepare for.
Yeah, and if you're not playing assignment football, it's a long night. And I always like to see what the plan is on the defense. And I loved what DHS did. It was a 6-2. 4 guys, D linemen had their hand in the dirt, 2 ends, stand it up. So the D lineman's in charge of taking away that dive. That's their money play, that dive play. And then the ends and the inside backer are responsible for quarterback pitch, and they played really well all night. I think the star of the show was the D lineman. They were in that backfield all night, put Big Bear in some really tough positions. Made them pass, which they don't want to pass, and got some sacks for some chunk change. I mean, it was like 3rd and 40. So, and on offense, they did good, man. The quarterback, it took him a while to get going, but once he started to get going, he hit some go balls on the right side.
Jalen Turner, the quarterback.
Jalen Turner, and extended the plays with his feet when he had to. He also did a good job of taking a couple reads and then hitting the check down. And the running back went for about 40 yards. So all in all, it was a good win, man. It was a good game, good win.
They had to come back in that game, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they were
back
down.
And forth a little bit.
It was a barn burner. I believe the quarterback took them down there with a minute 30 to win the game.
Yeah, I like that quarterback. We've gone against both those guys this year. We scrimmaged Big Bear, and then we played DHS this year. And DHS has some athletes, man.
Yeah,
their Coach P does a good job.
Yeah. And shout out to Coach P, man. All time victories in DHS history, man.
That's awesome.
And he's only been there, 4 years?
Yeah, they love him up there too, because sometimes, like coaches don't get their appreciation, and I just like that DHS is acknowledging the accomplishments that he's doing.
Yeah, I mean that's a great job. I mean he's been and you know who he passes on that all time list?
Coach Matthews.
Coach Matthews, another good coach.
Rancho Mirage, another good coach. So hey, shout out to the Desert Hot Springs Eagles, man. They're doing their thing.
Good
Man,
job,
another
Golden
win. I believe they're 3-2 now on the season. So they're going to go rolling into league. I think looking to do some damage in that league.
They're ready to go.
Moving on to the wrap up. Palm Desert 50, Redlands 35. Man, that's a barn burner.
50 points.
50 points on the road, coach. That's
50 burger.
That's a pretty good showing. Palm Desert apparently was winning that game, and Redlands made a little comeback. But that quarterback from Palm Desert, AJ Rivera, threw 5 touchdown passes.
Yeah, he throws nice balls, man.
5 touchdown passes.
Yeah, they hit the receiver in the hands almost every time. He's a great deep ball. His timing's nice. They're throwing a ton of wide receiver screens, man. I love it. That's my favorite play. So.
Yeah, Jonah Tolan is one of their main receivers.
Yeah.
He's doing a good job, coach. I'm sure
Good
you're going to be
family.
watching a lot of.
Yeah, I
film
know
on him
Jonah.
this week.
I've been coaching Jonah since he was a little dude. I remember Jonah being like probably 9. I've been out here 9 years now. Jonah's probably 17. So Jonah was probably 8 years old on the bus with us at Xavier. His dad was at Xavier. So I know Jonah very well. He's part of our Desert Football Academy family. We know what he can do.
Okay, so you're going to have to prepare for him
Yeah,
next
gonna
week.
be ready.
I'll be up all night,
ready.
Jonah, so we're going to figure it out.
That offense coming in hot. Trey Bolton also had a bunch of catches. So Palm Desert's offense, a team that's known for defense, really got after it offensively, went on the road, scored 50 points. I know the coach wasn't happy with some of their back-end play on the defense.
Yeah,
but I'm
they gave
sure
up 35.
I'm sure in the bye week they're going to get that together, and you're going to see much improvement.
Sometimes it's injuries. We don't know. We're coaches on the outside. We don't know that. There could be some injuries here and there.
But shout out to Palm Desert, man. The tough league schedule, 3-2. Now the real season begins in 2 weeks. So we're really excited about that. Moving on, Shadow Hills goes out on the road, man. To Patriot 52, Shadow Hills 51, and 2 in double overtime. Coach,
100 points scored in the game.
Is that a way to lose, man?
Man, Shadow Hills, they have a good offense, man. Coach Denise, Armando, the run and shoot, they got a little. Pedro did a great job last year. So I mean, the new quarterback obviously knows what he's doing. 50 points to score in a high school game is
he's putting up some numbers.
I don't care who you're playing. That's a lot of points. So I like their receivers as well. They made some plays against us last year. So that's another tough team.
Yeah. So apparently this game was just a barn burner, and the kicker for Shadow Hill got hurt.
Oh wow!
So that's why they missed the extra point, and that's why they lost in overtime, because they were lighting up Patriot on the.
I wouldn't be able to sleep. I'm a defensive guy. Like Coach
horrible,
Nick
right?
Gonzalez, we probably I can't even say it on air, but if we give up 50, we wouldn't like that.
Their offense was,
but their offense can go.
Their offense is humming. They've got some real weapons over there. Shaheem, the receiver out there, Reef, Brandon Peppers. They got some guys.
They got
man.
some real dudes on the edge.
They got some real good offensive players on Shadow Hill. So that's another team, 3-2.
Yep.
Gonna be another tough out in league.
Tough.
I mean, I'm telling you, Coach. I'm glad I don't have to prepare for these teams in league, man. You got some offenses that you're gonna have to deal with as a defensive guy, man.
I do.
But shout out to Shadow Hills. They'll be ready for. I think they're on a bye this week as well, and they'll be ready for that DEL opener. Moving on to another game on Friday night. Rancho Mirage is at home, 35. Europa Hills 29. So here's another perennial DEL power.
Yeah.
They come home, play a pretty decent Europa Hills squad who's not great on record, but apparently they had some talent.
Yeah.
And Rancho Mirage got out pretty early on them and kind of held on to the end. I know Coach Matthews wasn't happy about the defensive performance, as it seems to be a theme this week, but Rancho Mirage just, man, so many weapons, right, Coach?
Yeah, Julian's great. You know, he's a good dual threat quarterback, and then it starts with Jeremiah. I mean, they go as he goes.
Yeah.
You know, he's a 4-year starter. Jeremiah, another him. Jonah, all these guys. Trey Bolton. You know, we've had. A couple years ago, our DFA team. I mean, they were stacked with all these guys, and they did well in Vegas. These are real guys. And Jeremiah Johnson, he's a Saturday dude, and he's hard to stop.
Yeah, he's got a couple offers. Rancho Mirage also has a freshman that had a pretty good game, and I told you guys Rancho Mirage has some freshmen coming up.
Jadarius
Hester,
yeah.
He's coming next.
Yeah, I like Jadarius. Reminds me of Tyson Ruiz.
Yeah.
Real shifty, fast, not the biggest guy in the world, big heart though.
Yeah.
Great player.
True freshman making some moves on. So Rancho Mirage got a couple freshmen.
Yep.
So, and I think they got more to come because I know what they got coming up. So shout out to the Rancho Mirage. They're another
Future's
team.
bright.
Josiah.
Yeah, they're going to be ready for league too. Another team that looks like they're going to be prepped and ready for league. So. Like I said, DEL, man. DEL is going to be tough. Moving on. My Indio Rajas, man. This is my game of
maybe
the
the cleanest jerseys in the Valley this week. I mean, I like our jerseys, but man, those white ones they came out with last week.
Oh, yeah. So
crispy.
Hey, so there's no secret. I'm an old Indio guy. You know, I graduated in the 90s from Indio. Indio gets a victory at home against Sangor 27-16, and they had to come back to do it, man.
Yep.
Shout out to the Rajas, man. They started pretty rough. I mean, it was 0-4, and you know, Coach, when you start slow, it's kind of hard to get those kids going in practice and get them up for the next game. But shout out to that coaching staff, man.
Yeah.
They got out there and they went out and got that victory, man. They were down again and come back. I guess this kid,
Damien
Durenzi, he went off for 3 touchdowns. That old track guy.
Okay.
So he went off and he scored 3 touchdowns. So shout out to the Rajas, man. Get in the win column, and now we're kind of trending in the right direction.
Especially in those white jerseys. Don't lose in those. Those things are fire.
Like
I don't know if Coach Lure about those or what, but those things are icy.
Hey, Coach likes those jerseys. So hey, shout out to the Rajas getting in the win column for this week, man.
Keep doing it.
Keep doing it, man. Moving on. Another Friday night score, Arroyo Valley 43, Cathedral City 8. So Arroyo Valley was an undefeated team coming in to Cat City. Talking to the guys at Cat City last week, they kind of knew that they had their hands full with this Arroyo Valley team, much improved. And Cat City, I think they're just one of those teams just trying to get to league. Coach Lee trying to get to league.
I'll tell you what, that line though, Cat City's offensive line is really good.
Yeah.
Like they are struggling around that, but that offensive line is like they'll be able to run the ball on anybody they play.
Well.
And that offensive line is tough. I mean, they ran the ball pretty good on us, and I like our defense. I mean, our defense is for real.
Yeah, your defense is always tough.
But yeah, Cat City, they can run the ball like that. They, wing T-ish or full house, but shout out to their offensive line. They got some guys.
Yeah, and Cat City's playing a lot of freshmen just out of necessity.
Yeah,
right
on the
now.
perimeter and stuff.
Yeah, so they're going to be better, I think, if they can keep that crew together in the next 2 years.
No doubt.
Cat City's coming back. So, and that's it's just one of those stories getting ready for league. So, shout out to Cat City. Moving on, 29 Palms goes on the road. Here's a pretty surprising score. 29 Palms, 21 West Valley Hemet, which traditionally is a pretty tough program. 14. So 29 Palms won 2 in a row. And they go out and beat a pretty big school out in Hemet, man. That's a pretty impressive win.
Yeah, we went against them up in Big Bear as well. They got some tough guys. You know how that goes.
Yeah,
and 29, them guys, Yucca Valley, I don't know, High Desert, them guys are tough up there.
Yeah.
And so they got some guys, their quarterback's tough as nails. I don't know what happened in the beginning of the season, why they started so slow, but shout out to them. Good job.
Yeah,
Sometimes
man.
it's just one piece you got to move around, and then it starts to click. It's really weird, but
Well, the Wildcats, man, 1-2 in a row.
Yeah, DVL is going to be interesting too. I know Dale, we get all talk about us, but DVL is like CV, Yucca.
Yucca,
Yeah, you
29.
never know. Yeah.
Everybody's trending in the right direction right now.
DHS, yeah.
So should be a little bit more interesting. That might not just be CV and Yucca this year. We
I
might
agree.
actually have a third party
Yeah,
coming
watch
in.
out for DHS.
Surprises,
Yeah.
man. Surprises. So moving on, another Friday night game, New Bridge 42, Desert Chapel 28. Desert Chapel goes on the road and does not get a victory. That's another program that's still building, coming from 8
young
man.
guys.
Yeah, they're trying to kind of emulate. They're trying to build that program up, and it's going to take some time. But they're improving. The scores are getting better. I know they got a couple dudes, right?
Yeah, they got the
Yeah.
run and
Guys on
shoot offense. They, Coach Miller, those guys die by the run and shoot. The quarterback gets the ball out. They have a great receiver that is
I heard
really good.
I haven't seen him play, but I heard he's really nice.
he's good, and so they can score.
Yeah. And they'll be. I think there another thing is just they got to get some guys a little
Depth
bit more,
helps.
little bit more depth.
It's hard, man. There's too many high schools in the valley.
Yeah, I
That's a
know.
whole nother podcast, though.
That's an off-season podcast.
Yeah.
We'll have you on that one.
Yeah.
But shout out to Desert Chapel. They're trending in the right direction. So we're moving on to Thursday's games, and we had some of our bigger programs play on Thursday. We'll start with La Quinta versus Linwood. Coach Josh, you were
Yeah, I got
at
to see
this
the
game.
game.
Got to see this one.
I could slice this up a lot of different ways. It's just Linwood just wasn't that good, man. They just
A city team.
yeah,
had to
city team.
travel
They just didn't have the
a long
depth.
way to come out
I think
here, man.
I counted like 27 guys suited up, and
Oh, okay.
when you just don't have the depth, it's tough. Their quarterback was nice, good coaching staff. They were schematically they were sound. They just kind of they couldn't really move the ball. And shout out to that D line. Alfred Franco was in the backfield all night. They didn't allow any points scored. They ran the ball. La Quinta ran the ball nice. They passed the ball efficiently, so they did what they had to do and to get the W, and now they're on to the next one. So.
La Quinta, they're always tough. They're going to be good. They're going to be good.
We always have good matches. Every year it
Yep.
feels like it's like 1 yard difference between La Quinta and Xavier. So
Yeah, man.
It's
Yeah.
probably going to be
We'd
the same
have
this
2
year.
league titles if it wasn't for an extra point in overtime.
I
Like,
know,
yeah.
I know.
Yeah, game of inches, guys. It's a
Yep.
game of inches. That's why as coaches are always on you in practice for those little things.
Yeah, but they got a tough test next week, so they got Central coming.
Yeah, and we'll get to
so,
that in the next
yeah.
segment. But yeah, La Quinta's 4-0.
Good
Palm
job.
Springs 4-0.
Good
So
job,
we got
LQ.
a couple undefeated teams still in the valley after 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So we'll see next week though. That's when the test is coming.
Yeah, for sure.
Moving on, another Thursday game. Okay, so here's one game that we kind of had circled. Palm Springs 22, Ukaipa 14. Ukaipa come in here and been beating all our teams.
About
Coach.
time
Yeah.
we get a W.
Yeah, we needed somebody to take these dudes out, man.
Yeah.
We needed
I got to
somebody from
schedule
the valley.
Ukaipa here
Yeah.
soon. In a few years, we'll get them.
But Palm Springs, it was a rain delay, as we all know, on Thursday, and Palm Springs came back and beat them 22. They were down in that game. They came back 22-14. Palm Springs remains undefeated.
Offense keeps
Bishop
clicking.
Miller, man, that guy's got that offense humming, man. That's going to be
Yeah, that's what I
another-
like about them. He's got a lot of poise. A couple years ago,
Yeah.
they beat us on the in overtime on the last play of the game too. Same year La Quinta did, and we had a really good team that year. But he's very poised, and that was him as a sophomore. Bishop is a good leader, man. He
Yeah.
dies about that Palm Springs stuff. So,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to drag him off the field to win.
Yeah.
well,
and so he plays that way.
That's traditional Palm Springs right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
His dad
classic Palm Springs.
was a legend like you, man.
Yeah.
One of those guys that got to the next level.
No doubt.
So yeah, shout out to the Indians, man. The Indians have another big game from another freshman, Tank
Yep.
Smith.
Kalon,
Yeah, he's making plays for them too. So we got a lot of freshmen in the Valley, Coach, making an impact.
Yeah, a couple of Kalon. I mean, he's built that way. He's already a thick kid. He's strong. He's been playing high level Pop Warner growing up. He's also another DFA guy, and he travels well. He knows how to play this game.
He's ready. He's
Yeah,
ready for
and he made some
varsity.
big plays against a good team already as a freshman. So hey, future's bright, man. Desert football, we got a bright future. These young kids coming up,
No doubt.
Lastly, a couple scores here. Desert Mirage goes on the road to play a team called Mendez from downtown LA. Desert Mirage 44, Mendez 13. So Desert Mirage is rolling. That offense is rolling.
Love to see it.
Omar Martinez, one of their backs, he went off again, had about 3-4 touchdowns. So Desert Mirage, man, they go all the way to downtown LA and get a victory, man. That's pretty impressive.
Big offensive line. When you
Yeah.
got that type of offensive line, you can travel.
Yeah.
I don't know how. Like, man, seeing them sometimes, like,
Yeah.
dang, where the
They're
linemen?
big,
I'm
dude.
like, I need linemen. Hey, the kids out there, we need linemen. Come on to Xavier, man, because
Right.
you want to play some big time football. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, I mean, but shout out to Desert Mirage, man, 3-2. So I mean, they're off to a decent start.
Running that rock.
Yeah, running that
Yeah.
rock. They're gonna be somebody to contend with in that league. I'm
Yep.
telling you, they run the ball and play some defenses. That's a good little combination to win games. Lastly, Desert Christian Academy, my Conquerors 50, California Military Institute 0. game called at halftime. So this was
At
not
halftime.
Really, this
That's
was not
crazy.
really this is not really close. And DCA continues to roll, man. I know they're not playing powerhouse teams, but a 50 burger at halftime, coach, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, they got some
right?
guys, man. I like Nate Guerrero, great player. Probably, I mean, he's a freshman, but his ball skills. He's not running back for them, but he's one of the top receivers out here. Judah, one of the best DBs. The Passos brothers, they got some guys, and I think like right now they're just scratching the surface on their potential. So we definitely we got our eye on them in the corner. We'll see them when we see them.
Yeah, I think it's coming soon, coach, because they're putting on a show. They're probably in the next couple of years that'll be a team that we're all contending with. So that's gonna do it for the Week 5 wrap up. We'll be back with a preview for Week 6 right after this message from our sponsors. Looking to upgrade your home? Tile Designs by Fina is your one-stop destination for beautiful flooring, hard surfaces, and countertops. From timeless design, modern styles, they've got the perfect look for every room. Stop by today and transform your space with Tile Designs by Fina. Let's design together.
Got dirty carpets, tile, or furniture? Trust the Carpet and Tile Care Company, your family-run experts. We bring sparkle back to your home with top-notch cleaning services, reliable, affordable, and eco-friendly. Call us today. We can be reached at carpetcarrot.co. Phone number 760-773-5882.
Tired of payroll headaches? iPay Solutions is your local payroll and HR partner right here in the Coachella Valley. From direct deposits to compliance, we handle the details so you can focus on growing your business. iPay Solutions, local, reliable, and built for your success. Welcome back, everyone, to Desert Valley Blitz. This is going to be our Week 6 preview. I can't believe we're already into Week 6,
Flying
Coach.
by.
It seems like we just started this.
Having too much fun.
It's way too much fun. But this is a kind of an odd week. A lot of our teams are on buys, getting prepared for that league. So we got a short schedule this week. So what game, Coach, is Coach Josh's game of the week?
I like that Yucca DHS game, man.
Yep.
They used to be in the same league together. They got a lot of history playing each other. It's always a good matchup. Yucca Valley's playing good. DHS is playing good, coming off a good W. I think, you might want to lean towards Yucca, but it's going to be a good
I don't
game.
know. I don't count out Desert Hot Springs.
I know.
Man. They're always, especially when they're not playing a powerhouse team.
Yeah.
They find ways to win. I mean, they found a way to win that Big Bear game in the last drive.
Big Bear's good team, man. That was a good W.
That was a good and well-coached team. They came back. And so I don't know, man. I think that game's a toss-up.
Yeah.
Yucca might have a little bit more skill, but, man, I don't think you can count DHS.
Game of the week
heart,
right
man.
there. That's
so
why
game of the week.
Yeah.
We're gonna have Yucca going, or they're going up to Yucca. So Desert Hot Springs on the road.
Yeah.
So that might give Yucca a little bit of advantage, but hey, I think
They're pretty close.
That game's a coin flip, so we'll see. But it should be a fun one to watch. Moving on the preview, Week 6. So La Quinta, who is the one DEL team that it does not have a bye this week. They take their bye in the first week.
Yeah.
They're rolling down to El Centro this week. A tough test. I think this might be their hardest preseason
I think so.
game. I think this is going to be their best opponent. What are you foreseeing in this game?
It's going to be tough. You got to take a long bus ride over there. You got to face off a very good team at their house. Central's been on a tear. I think they're undefeated right now.
An undefeated football team at home.
So, hey, you got to lace them up and execute, man, to win. So, I think it's gonna be a good game. I'm always gonna go for La Quinta, so I'm gonna pick them to win. But it's not gonna be easy. So.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough test.
Yeah.
Tough test going on the road. That's a tough place to play. I think we've mentioned that before.
Yeah,
it was tough when I was a kid, and I'm sure it's
a
still
good crowd,
place.
man. They're really
they support
get behind their team. Yeah,
they support their team. So hey, undefeated team at home. Hey, we're gonna see. Hey, you want something to prepare you for league?
This is it right here.
Here you go. Go
it's like
down
swinging
to
the
El
heavy
Centro.
bat before you go to bat. Here we go.
So hey, La Quinta got their work cut out for them, but they've been playing defense, running the ball.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. I'm excited.
They should have a chance. They got a puncher's chance, but that's a good football team down there. So we'll see. That should be an interesting one to follow. Moving on the preview, we got Valley View coming into Coachella Valley. So Coachella Valley. Valley View is out of Moreno Valley.
Yeah.
They're usually got some pretty good athletes. They're not the top team in Moreno Valley. They lost to the top team out there by a couple touchdowns, but they always got. It's a big school, big
Who's
high
the top
school.
team out there?
Vista Del Lago right
Vista
now.
Del Lago.
So Vista Del Lago
we played them
beat,
last year. They're very good.
Yeah, Vista Del Lago beat Valley View by about 2 scores. But Coachella Valley hasn't played in 2 weeks. Their game got canceled.
Yeah.
Their game got canceled. They were going to play. They were going to be a little warm up and play El Central at home. The rain came and kind of washed the field out, so
They should be healthy.
They should be healthy. They should be healthy, but then you're also dealing with they could be rusty. So
yeah, I know.
You never know. But this seems like a week where Coachella Valley can kind of get back on a roll. Valley View is a 1-3 football team. They should have some athletes. They always do, but I think this is the week that Coachella Valley gets right, and Coach Johnson.
Oh, yeah, it's winnable.
Coach Johnson will have them ready.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're going to put up a lot of points. I think this is one that Coachella Valley can.
And they might be bottled up. They can't wait to get out there.
Yeah, because they haven't played.
Some offensive explosion coming. So.
Exactly. So I think that's one that we can kind of look at, and I think Coachella Valley's got a pretty good chance to get back on that winning streak before league. So that's going to be coming up Friday night. The next one we're going to look at. So Indio, my Rajas, off of their first victory at home, they're going on the road now. They got a little tougher test. They're going to West Valley Hemet, which is a traditionally pretty good school, big high school. But 29 Palms beat West Valley last week.
Yep.
So I think the Rajas got a chance to kind of
100%.
emulate that.
Yeah.
And maybe they seem like they're playing a little bit better.
They're moving some pieces around a little bit on offense. It sounded like Jake Shipley started calling some on defense.
Yep. So they're doing a little bit more stuff on defense. They got a couple guys healthy.
You're always fine-tuning stuff as the season goes, man. Sometimes you find the formula that works.
Yeah. So this is one that I think Indio can get. I think it's going to be on the road. It'll be a test, but I think they're trending in the right direction. If they can keep that momentum from that second half of this last game. You know, it's all about momentum in the sport, right,
yeah,
Coach? Once you
100%.
get rolling on the offense or defensive side, you can kind of carry it week to week. So
there's momentum in games, and there's a season momentum that happens.
Right.
It's important.
So I think the Rajas, we might be able to get 2 in a row here. We'll see. I mean, I don't want to jinx them, but I think they got a pretty good chance going on the road.
I'm rooting for Indio, man.
Well, let's go Rajas, man. Let's get this dub.
Yeah.
Moving on, San Gorgonio, the team that Indio just beat, now is going to go into Cat City and play the Lions.
That'll be a good game.
It'll be another good game. Cat City's, like Coach Doc was saying, will be in here before. Cat City's got a pretty good offensive line.
Got some big boys up there.
Yeah, just got to find some skill guys.
Good running game.
Yeah, good running game. And San Gorgonio's not the biggest team. Mm-hmm. So the Cats, they're going to have to travel out here again. So let's go Lions, man. This is another one. You're at home. I think you got a nice little advantage of them having to travel out here. So Cat City, we got an opportunity to get another win before that league starts.
Super winnable. Let's go.
Super winnable game. Let's go Cat City Lions. Next on the agenda, Desert Mirage at 29 Palms.
There we go.
So old rivals from the DVL. They're no longer in the same conference anymore because we have that new Sun Valley League. Mm-hmm. But Desert Mirage coming off a 40-point explosion on the road. 29 Palms coming off a win.
Who do you think?
29 Palms. I think it's going to be a good game. That's another coin flip game, right? 29 Palms.
It's a powerful running game. They're playing good defense.
I think 29 Palms, whoever's at home always get a slight advantage just because the other team got to travel and get off that bus.
29 has some momentum like we talked about last couple games.
So it should be a good game, man. Desert Mirage can run the ball. They got that running back Martinez who seems to put up some big numbers.
He likes that end zone.
Yeah, so it's going to be a good game. I think this is a coin flip. What are you thinking?
I'm leaning a little bit towards Desert Mirage, but barely. It's I think a coin flip's a good way to
whoever
put
executes and doesn't turn the ball over is going to win. So not
that's why you play the game.
That's why you play the game. So another exciting one coming up. So, and lastly, this is a short. Most DEL teams are not in action this week, resting up for next week. Desert Chapel is having a St. Jean team, St. Jean Catholic. This team I couldn't even find on Max Prep, so they're pretty small.
Yeah.
So it might be a good matchup for Desert Chapel to get that first W.
Let's go Desert Chapel.
I don't know much about their opponent, but if they're not on Max Prep, they're a pretty small school. So I'm assuming that this is going to be Desert Chapel all day long. Hopefully, Desert Chapel gets on the board with a victory.
Yeah.
So that's going to do it. We got a short week this week.
A lot of teams taking the bye week,
trying to get healthy. But hey, next week, man. Next week's going to be it's DEL time.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a whole show next week just on that preview.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, we're gonna chop it up and kind of get some expert analysis on that. So stay tuned for that. So if you found some value in today's episode, you guys know the routine, man. Like, subscribe, and follow, and we'll see you next time on Desert Valley Blitz.
Thank you.